Hello, everybody. It's Jailbait Tackle Outdoors. We're on location today in Alva, Florida. We have a pop-up retail sales display, and I want to talk to you about this kit here. It is an Eagle Claw saltwater tackle kit. So, like I said, I'm at an intersection. I have no way of knowing what vehicles are going to come by. A lot of times, a little group of motorcycles do come by. So, if you hear background noise like that, I'm sorry, I can't control that, but I wanted to kind of do a reveal on this kit. I think it's really good value after thinking about it, and I haven't done any type of video about this. And as I look at this, I think it's an excellent value. So you can see here the quantity is 78 pieces. 78 pieces right there. It's a very hard, very secure plastic tote. It has 9 compartments as set up. There should be divides in here, I believe. They may not have included divides, but they do have one. They have one, two, three. They have 4 divides in here. I do not see extra divides in here, but we're going to talk. I'm sorry, I have my head down. I'm trying to analyze the product, and as you can tell, there's all this road traffic. That's the reason I like setting up here. I'm in a major intersection. It's a T intersection where all my signs are out by the road, so they're forced to see my sign and then throw G-money some G-money. All right, so first of all, if I had to guess, this tote would probably retail for at least $7. So I'm going to break this out individually. Okay, so this comes with a, they're labeled as snapper hooks. I'm trying to see what size they are. I'm not seeing the size on these, but they are circle hooks. It looks to be at least a 6 count, could be more. It's not really saying on there, but I think that's a good value. They are like a bronze in color, which is good for saltwater fishing. So now we're going to go to a smaller redfish slash sea trout. Try that again. Redfish slash sea trout. Slow down, G-Money. So there's, looks like a little bit of an assortment here on some just regular J hooks. Guessing, it doesn't show the size, but it looks like some bronze and a couple silver in there. It looks like 6 to 8 in there. It could be more than 6. So I like that. Now they're also showing another pack. And I don't like the packaging. I'm going to tell you straight up. I think it's going to be a great value, but they're just, looks like they're using a universal card on the inside. It says redfish slash sea trout, but then they're showing like offset worm hooks. Looks to be about 6. Looks to be a couple well, actually there's a mix in there. Looks like 3 or 4 of the bronze worm hooks, and then something like it looks like almost like a kale hook that would be like a chrome color. So now they're showing snapper hooks. Looks to be like a 5 or 6 count, a little bit smaller size. They are not indicating the size on the packaging, but they are circle hooks, which is good. They're bronze in color, so that's a good. I would say, just as far as we've gotten between the plastic tote and the hooks, I think it's a really good value. I already think it is close to the retail value as is, without me mentioning the other things yet. Okay, so now they're showing. See if I get my fingers to work. 3 of these jig heads. I like the eye. The color is nice. So they're showing 3 of those. Then they have a miscellaneous assortment of, looks like some dipsy weights, some very light egg sinkers, probably 1/8 ounce or 1/4 ounce, some split shots. So, you know, price of lead is not cheap nowadays, that's for darn sure. I'm sorry I keep stepping away. The table's further back and I'm trying to keep the camera further from the road. So this is called a nylon. It's a nylon rig. It's a double drop rig. So it appears there's a couple rigs in there that is silver in color, or chrome, whatever you want to call that. I would not suggest that for saltwater fishing, just because Spanish mackerel and any type of anything like it, I'm saying not suggested for our area here, Southwest Florida. They like to hit a lot of flash. Only 2 bikers. There's going to be a pack of 6 or 8 coming through here soon. A lot of these southerners down here like to have loud trucks. You know, they can do whatever they want down here. It's a beautiful place. But so I don't recommend anything shiny and silvery for saltwater fishing, especially if you're going to be in the Gulf in our region. All right, so what we have here is a popping cork. It is, when it's green like that, it means it's weighted. It has like a little wedge going through the center of it, and you can see there's a slit right here. So you would put your line through, you would pull out the wedge, put your line through, adjust the hook to your appropriate height, shove the wedge back in, and by it being weighted, you can cast it a little bit further. These usually come in 3 different types. Usually when it's all white, it is non-weighted, just a styrofoam popping cork, concave on the top, so it will burp when you pop it. And then they come like this, and then they also come weighted with the rattle. So there's 3 options when you're getting a little economy. These are made by a company called Comal. All right, so now we're going to move on to one of these I forget what they call these things, like a little hook keeper type thing. A little small in size, I don't know, could be useful. I don't use them personally, but it's thrown in there, so it has some value. Then you're going to have some copper colored snap swivels. They're kind of big. They could be okay, but once again, if you're using it in salt water, it's going to be flashy, like similar to the silver or the chrome. So then they have this little literature, which is cool. I didn't even notice this. Wow, this is excellent, actually. I'm going to try and show you this. I'm going to go upward with it. It's showing you different types of swivels, explaining some of that, and then some fish, some knots and what have you. And then on the back, I'm going to do the same thing. This is very, very helpful, actually, believe it or not. It's going to show you different things to know. So that's very good to know. I'm going to try and fold this back up, get it back in the case. All right, a long time ago I talked about stringers, the use of stringers in Florida. That is a no-no. I don't care what part of Florida you're in, that is a no-no. A stringer, this is just a simple rope, stringer, has a loop, the little spike, you put it in the dirt or the sand. It's probably 6 to 9 feet long, I don't know, it doesn't say, I didn't really look, but these are a no-no. Florida, you have alligators, so if you have fish on a stringer, it's just bait for the alligators. You're going to lose this swivel. I don't recommend ever doing that off a kayak or a canoe. So same thing in saltwater. You got all kinds of critters out there with teeth. Some of them like to have sharp teeth, like sharks. You don't put bait out there for sharks unless you're intending to catch shark. If you're trying to catch dinner, this is a no-no. I don't like this. If you have a little tiny farm pond and you know there's no gators in it, this would be okay. I don't recommend. Some people will use this as, depending on the length. Like I said, I'm only guessing this is 6 or 9 feet long. Sometimes people will loop this through a flow troll bucket and use that as the rope to secure the flow troll. Okay, I've never seen one like this, but it's kind of cool. As you can see, it is looks like a line cutter. Just a little cheap little line cutter. Would probably only cut monofilament, but that's good. This kit has more than I thought it had. All right, in closing, there are a little assortment of soft baits. Something like that. Some like this. So basically there's 6. There's 3 of these and 3 of these. These do really well. I like these. That curly tail always does some amazing things. So that is the kit. I personally think for $15, not just because it's here at my location, I just think with all the things you get in there, it's an excellent value. For saltwater fishing, I would say some of the chrome stuff is not needed. Some of the shiny stuff is not needed. You could add that to your tackle box and probably use that some type of application in freshwater fishing. But as far as the value, yeah, it's definitely a great value for $15. I have no idea what other people sell that for online, but I just wanted to share that with you today. I really like I love the tote. The tote is really good. You're getting all those hooks, and if you look at it, you can size it up and tell that, you know, it is a good value. I don't agree with everything in there, but nothing's perfect in life. Neither am I. Peace out, folks. Here comes the bikers. Take care.